Hello and welcome to Frack The Canon. I am René Mendoza and with my host CJ McCree, who is Skyping in from LA, Googling in from LA, and my little sister, Johanna Gurbiel. Hi, Johanna.
Hi.
How are you?
Good.
Good, okay. So we'll be talking about some anime that she's been watching a lot lately. And then CJ and I will be discussing some comics, comic movies and TV shows, Daredevil and Avengers in those two in particular. So we'll start with Johanna. Johanna, so what are you watching right now that you want to talk about?
Saint Seiya.
Saint Seiya. And what is Saint Seiya?
It's anime.
And what is anime? You don't know? All right, CJ, do you know what anime? Can you define anime for us, please?
Anime, well, technically anime is just the Japanese word for animation. So really it's just a cartoon produced and made in Japan.
Okay. Did you know that?
I kind of.
You kind of knew that?
Kind of, because you were talking with CJ on the phone when you came out the bathroom, and I heard that.
Okay. Anyways, so what anime you want to talk about? Okay, so I know we have some clips, so you're being shy right now. So we have two clips about the intro for the said anime. And if we can roll that clip, please. If we can get that clip ready. There we go. Ooh, what happened? Very popular what I thought was a that is the definition. If we can implement the tradition, so the one I grew up watching. So that was the original intro, right? That's the one you've seen? Mm-hmm. And how did you find out about Saint Seiya?
You.
Me? Okay, so I knew it when I first saw it in Mexico, and I knew it Knights of the Zodiac. So there's a second clip we have, and that's the clip I grew up watching. So can we roll the second clip, please?
Los guardianes del universo al triunfar el mal, sin dudarlo salen a combatir por un mundo ideal. Caballeros del zodiaco, cuando lanzan su ataque, entonan con fuerza su canción, la canción de los héroes. Los guardianes del universo al triunfar el mal, sin dudarlo salen a combatir por un mundo ideal. Caballeros del zodiaco, cuando lanzan su ataque, entonan con fuerza su canción, la canción de los héroes. Caballeros del zodiaco, contra las fuerzas demoníacas, guardan siempre en su corazón coraje para vencer.
Okay, so so which one do you like more?
Japanese.
The Japanese one? CJ, do you have any thoughts on any of these two different intros? About
I mean, you know, I would really like to know what a caballero is, actually.
A caballero is a knight. It means knight in Spanish.
Cowboy.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I don't know. That was interesting. I actually never seen the Mexican intro for that. That was actually cool for me to see. Um, I prefer the one with the flock of seagulls song, man. Like,
And I ran that
yeah.
intro. I know what I do too. I just didn't like that anime because it was very censored down. Like in the it's very bloody. Do you think what do you think? So tell me what the story is. So you have keychains here. Can you hold it up? So what is the story? What are their armors based off of?
Their armors are based on the zodiac signs.
Okay, and who do they represent? Which ones are they? I know what they are, but I don't think they know. I don't think CJ knows. That's,
Ikki represents Phoenix.
mhm.
Seiya represents Pegasus.
Okay.
Hyoga represents Cygnus. Ikki known as Swan. Shiryu represents the Dragon Cloth. And Shun represents Andromeda.
Okay. So what else about it do you want to tell us about it?
Well, in episode 5, I believe, Seiya and Shiryu had a battle, but Shiryu told him about his cloth where it was balanced with
Galaxy water.
galaxy water, saying that his whole cloth was covered that way, which was unbreakable, but he wasn't listening, right? So he had to tell it again even more simpler.
That sounds very anime. Like a lot of anime plots have that. I have the strongest armor, but my strongest armor because it trains so much in so different
Ways.
Yeah. Very yeah. Anything else you want to talk about that or CJ? Do you have anything you would like to add or say or add questions you have?
As far as Knights of the Zodiac goes,
Yeah. Anything?
nothing on that particular on that particular subject.
Because I know I tried to force you to watch it too, and that didn't go well.
I mean, I've seen some of it. I just didn't stick with it. Yeah.
I know. We'll come back to that in a minute.
Uh-huh.
Alrighty, so is that everything?
Mm-mm.
That you have something more?
Mhm.
Okay, I know we might be having something coming up later too. We might have a certain superhero calling in.
Well, Phoenix, his cloth, if it breaks, it will regenerate. And Shun's chain, it won't snap.
It won't snap?
No. It can snap, but it will come back.
I didn't know that.
Just like
I don't remember that.
Dude, it's in Gemini. Third house.
I don't remember that, Johanna. I have to watch it
You need
again.
to watch more.
I do need to watch more. I made you watch those.
No, you didn't.
Okay. So that's all I have on that end.
Did you want me to recommend?
Oh yeah. What else recommend? Other recommendations you have for Johanna?
Well, Johanna, well, I'm excited to hear that you like an anime because I'm a big anime fan. Your brother will tell you. But a few. Oh, and just
I
a
was talking about
quick
anime.
plug. I just subscribe to that Funimation channel, and
Mhm.
anybody who likes anime, like I would highly recommend it because it's got all the anime you would probably want to watch like on there for like a monthly fee. It's kind of like Netflix, but just for anime. But anyways, I would recommend a couple of animes. I'll recommend for you are One Piece is one thing that I find really enjoyable. It's like enjoyable for all ages. I don't know if Renee has shown you the original Dragon Ball.
Yeah, I should have that one.
Yeah. All right. It's very similar in tone to that, but it also has like the action of like Dragon Ball Z.
Ooh.
So it's like it's more of a fun anime to watch than Dragon Ball Z is, but it also has like that action in there too. It's just like kind of a cool anime with a group of zany pirates, pretty much trying to well, essentially be like anime, be the best blank they can be, That's
Isn't
like,
that every anime
it's
plot
like
though?
every anime. Yeah, pretty much. I want to be the greatest. Who cares ever? You know what I mean? So that's what One Piece is really good about that. Main character Monkey D. Luffy, he has stretch powers. Um, and then another anime that I also like that is easily accessible is Fairy Tail, and that's a newer anime. That's also on Netflix as well. and that is just a good fun watch. Takes place in a world where magic exists, and basically magic is a part of everything. It's part of currency. It's a part of how people live, how people do things. And it's actually really funny too, and it's pretty action packed as well. So those would be two recommendations of mine for you to check out.
That's all. He's the bigger anime fan than I know. I just saw Ranma Saint Seiya, and every anime I watch is from CJ's recommendation. So he told me to check One Piece, and I'll check that one out, and then what was the second one again?
Fairy Tale.
Fairy Tale. Oh yeah, you did. Okay, yeah, and I did see that on Netflix. I didn't know what it was. All right, I'll check that out. We'll check that out. Alrighty, so I guess that's done with the anime segment. So CJ and I, we were talking about discussing some Iron Man. So the history about what's it called? What is going on?
What? Is that the Iron Man song?
Yes, it seems like it is. I wonder who that is.
Hey, is this thing on? Is this thing on? Yeah, yeah. Renee, this is Iron Man. And
Tony Stark.
I know.
Why are you hacking a local access station show?
Hey, I saw your first show when I was, hungover, and Jarvis gave me a couple YouTube videos. Did you? I have to admit, it was an interesting show. Did you call me a weak-ass version of Batman on your first show? Why you diss me like that, bro?
Stop me when I lie.
Excuse me. Excuse me. What makes me a weaker-ass version of Batman?
You're not as dark, as brooding, maybe.
Oh, so I'm not a grumpy Gus like old Bruce Wayne there? Oh, sorry, I gave away Steven's identity there, but I'm a happy
Bruce
guy.
Wayne is Batman?
Oh yeah, boy, did I tell you that Santa Claus doesn't exist there, pal?
What?
I know, it's kind of a shock.
Did you know that, CJ?
You're the one with the repulsive ray pointing at your face, buddy.
I know never to trust you now, ever.
Renee, I thought we were friends. I mean, did you ask Bruce Wayne to make you a sex robot of Jamie Alexander?
No.
But you did ask me, so hey. By the way, me and the Avengers had a drinking. By the way, me and the Avengers had a drinking game watching your show, and every time you said awesome, I had to take a drink. Every time CJ laughed, Thor had a drink. Every time you touched your face, Black Widow had a drink.
So it was
Boy,
business
can't
as
hold her
usual
liquor.
for the Avengers, I assume.
Yeah, but boy, Black Widow could not hold her liquor. But you did also ask me for one of
didn't
her
you be
undergarments,
Avenging?
but you're not getting that anymore because you dissed me.
Shouldn't you be upgrading your messes? I don't know, Ironmonger, Whiplash.
Excuse me. Back to my original contention beef with you, dude. Saved the world twice. Batman, has he saved the world? No, he saved Gotham City from being a psychotic.
I don't know, but you got Superman and Wonder Woman next to him fighting. You got a god, a monster, and a dude with bow and arrows.
Save the world. Save the world twice. Batman saved the world. 0. Come on. It's just right.
All right, I guess.
Nah.
Lame.
Oh, I'm lame. Oh, so I guess you don't want the robot then.
I didn't say that.
Oh,
I never said that.
boy, you have a strange way of asking favors from friends. But anyway, I love the show, and and you should really thank CJ because he's carrying you on the show. You know that, right?
Yes.
All right.
I know that. He knows that.
Anyways, I'm gonna go play Ultimate Frisbee with Captain America now. Peace out. Talk to you soon. Keep up the good work. Bye.
That was weird. So that happened. We got hacked by Iron Man for some reason, randomly. CJ. That was weird. Hold on. I think. Okay, so that happened. So I guess someone got hung up on CJ. If we can bring him back up, please. We will be getting a call. I guess Iron Man's hack did that to us.
Jim, which channel were you over here? Because I think you were clipping pretty hard.
It should be in Google Hangouts. My Google Hangouts should be open. This is all gonna go in. That's fine. It's all gonna go in. Warts and all. There you go. Yeah, there you go. Call again. Warts and all. There we go. He's calling again. Gmail. First tab. There you go. Right there. Bottom corner. Bottom right corner.
I've never used this one.
So there he is. So I guess that Iron Man's hack threw you out, CJ.
Yeah. What a jerk. What a jerk.
I know.
At least
Maybe
you
he should go to AA, right?
At least you didn't throw him out of his room
That's true.
or out of his house.
Alrighty. But that brings in mind though something CJ and I were discussing about was about Iron Man is about how pretty much in the Avengers every time there's an event it's him cleaning up his own mess. And how pretty much something also I heard was that the point. So we're hearing a review about Daredevil, and they were saying how that there's only two real human villains, villain characters that you can relate is Loki and Wilson Fisk, whereas in all the other Avengers movies, like Iron Man, Captain America, Thor, they're all kind of fun mirror versions of themselves. Like Iron Man had to clean up. He fought Ironmonger. He fought Whiplash, and then I forgot who fought in 3. But it's always kind of like a weird version, and there's no real. Who?
Aldrich Killian.
That's who he was, yeah. But so you brought this up too. So how do you feel about this, TJ? You wanted to. So Ultron. So we saw Avengers: Age of Ultron, and I saw it 3 times, and I loved that movie. It was great, a lot of fun. You should need to see that movie, Johanna.
Have to.
It'd be fun if you did. But there was a lot of flaws, and there is Ultron right there in all his glory. But something that bugged me to know, like, why did he hate humanity? Like, what was his rage? Like, it was something that was never explained. You know, like Loki, you understand his plight. Wilson Fisk, you understand. He explains why he's doing it, and you can argue for it. But with the other villains, you don't really get that reasoning.
That same sense.
Yeah,
I know,
yeah.
With both of the good versions that you're talking about, Loki and Kingpin, we have a lot more time that we spend with them too. Before Loki became like big bad Avengers dude, we saw him in Thor. You know what I mean? And we saw him evolve from this guy who was just this kid brother in the shadow of Thor, hoping that maybe he could get the throne too, to this guy who just had this whole master plan in order to get the throne, and he was dashed, and that turned him into the Avengers villain, you know. And then with the idea of Kingpin in the Daredevil show, we see sort of the same thing. We're introduced to him, and then we're slowly over the course of like, what was it, 13 episodes?
Yep.
So slowly over the course of 13 episodes, we're shown his past. We're shown what he's doing now. We're shown what kind of man he is. And so, I mean, part of that could be like the time factor. You know what I mean? How much time they choose to spend on each character. You know what I mean? One of the things, it's like the difference between Marvel and DC, what it used to be. You know what I mean? They said DC's heroes were more godlike,
Yes.
and Marvel's were more human. Whereas I feel like it's kind of it's almost like a reverse with their villains though, where it's like DC's villains are human and relatable, and then now Marvel's villains are just like this pinky in the brain want to take over the world.
Pretty much, like, yes.
Guys,
Someone said it's a mirror. It's a funhouse mirror version of themselves, except for Loki and Wilson Fisk. Because even there's a Guardians of the Galaxy, like, which was a fun. I'm surprised I liked, but he was this guy, Ronan the Accuser. He was this militant guy, an extremist, and then he gets defeated by a breakdance competition, like, because he can't bust a move. They take him down, you know.
He was distracted. Distracted.
No, dude. But that character would have grabbed that hammer and smashed them. Like, why didn't he do that?
He was just distracting him. What's his name? Well, so even if he did that, Rocket still would have fired the Thing or Drax. would have still fired the thing.
I guess, but I still felt there was.
No, I'm sorry. I don't mean to I know what point you're getting at,
Yeah.
right? It's like there's this sort of dumbing down of the villains. Like
Yes, yes.
as soon as it feels like Marvel's about to go hardcore, they come in and they kind of, for lack of a better word, Disney up the place. I mean, it's like the kind of the same idea behind like the Saturday morning cartoons when we were growing up.
Right.
Spider-Man, the '90s cartoon.
Mhm.
There couldn't. I don't know if you noticed, but he like never or rarely punches anyone in the face, because they couldn't really show too much violence, so they get around that by showing him
Webbing
web
them up.
slinging people, and then throwing them places. Or if they're gonna go hit someone, he goes and grabs them and throws them. Like there's an episode when Wolverine's in there and he pulls his claws out and goes over and throws a guy. Like it's like
Yeah.
the same. It's like that same idea. It's like they really want it to be for kids almost. So they shy away from going hardcore. But I feel like there's a difference between going. There's a difference between The Dark Knight and a serious movie. You know, you can
you
have.
elaborate on that?
Yeah, I mean, like, I think of The Dark Knight as like the extreme as far as like this is a dark superhero movie. This is The Dark Knight is, I mean, kids can watch it, but I feel like that's a superhero movie for adults, for mature fans.
Yeah. No.
I mean, it's not rated R, but it's like there's enough violence, there's enough mature themes in it, that I mean, it's kind of a superhero movie for adults. But you don't. What I'm saying is, you don't have to be dark to be serious.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Like I feel like Captain America: The Winter Soldier is a really good example of that.
Okay. Yes. Yes.
Because it's very serious movie. I mean, and it had laughs too. I mean, it's a very serious movie, but it's not necessarily a dark movie though.
Mm-hmm.
It just takes itself seriously,
Right.
and a lot of times, I think that's all we kind of want. Because to circle back our conversation back to the Avengers and the villains we're talking about. Avengers: Age of Ultron. Really fun movie, really cool. I've seen
Right.
it twice. I would go see it again. But the Ultron, a lot of times when they're gonna go dark, when they're gonna go serious, when he's just about to do something awesome, take a drink. When he's just about to do something awesome, I mean, they go humorous instead. They go for the joke, and I just wonder if that's a smart move. I wonder how long audiences are going to sit there and take that.
No, that's yeah. Because I do remember. The one thing that bugged me to no end was that when he kidnapped, like his point was to kill the Avengers, right, or destroy the Avengers, especially Tony Stark. But when he kidnaps Black Widow, he just kidnaps her, and like you want to destroy them. Why don't you kill her? Like start with taking off one by one, and why? His motivation was weird. Like I knew as a comic book fan, I knew that he hates humanity, he wants to destroy humanity, but in the movie, it never explained why that was, and his whole thing too with the mind gem was confusing as to why he wanted to do. He was building the Vision as well. He was trying to build humanity, and he wanted to build a human version of himself, but he hated humans. So that like it was weird. That was very very weird.
No, I mean, I would agree. Like, I feel like as comic book fans, as people who know who Ultron is, we know who Ultron is, but there were a lot of things that they didn't do in movie to explain, like you said, his motivations,
Right.
or his actions. We didn't have a lot of time with him before he was already trying to kill the Avengers. I think he was on screen for one scene, before he broke up their little party, and started pretty much kicked the movie off.
Well, I know there's a 3 hour and 50-minute cut of the first of Avengers 2. So I wonder how much they took out. Maybe that motivation was there in that cut that just got taken out for time, because it went from 3:15 to 2:21. That's almost an hour. So I wonder what got taken out that maybe explains why he wanted to kill humanity, destroy the Avengers. So
I mean, maybe, but I mean, if you remember when he was introduced, I mean, they're working on Ultron. They stopped working on Ultron to go to the party, and they're still out. They're still at the party when Ultron busts out. You know.
that's true. So I know we're running out of time, CJ. So I want to start the segment. CJ, have you? So I know a friend of yours gave you these couple of books for you to read last Christmas. Have you read them?
Oh, you mean these books?
Yes. Have you read them yet?
Well, this one's still in plastic.
Oh my God. Okay, that answers that. Well, that wraps it up for this episode of Frack The Canon. I want to thank CJ for joining us from LA again. I want to thank Johanna for giving us a little anime insight. You did really good. And thank you guys for watching, and thank you for all my crew for taking the time to join us and help us do this show. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Guten Tag.
Ta ta.